There's a lot of people who want Gilberton Police Chief Mark Kessler fired, and now a Washington, D.C.-based nonprofit is calling for the borough to can him. As Matthew Petrillo reports, they did it with a huge billboard.
If you drive out of Gilberton on the northbound lane, then you'll pass by this new billboard on your route. The billboard is addressed to Gilberton Borough Council and calls for them to fire its one-man police force, which is made up of Chief Mark Kessler. Kessler is suspended without pay after posting this YouTube video
Go yourself and get some more.
that shows himself firing borough-owned weapons. The billboard was paid for by the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence. The nonprofit is based out of Washington, D.C., and they say while they were alarmed Chief Kessler was cursing and using automatic weapons,
what really drew us was the threats of armed revolt and the fact that this guy basically has his own private militia up there that's answerable only to him and not to the residents of that town. And we think this is an incredibly dangerous situation.
Since the Newtown, Connecticut shootings last December, more than 21,000 people have died from guns in the United States. The coalition says that shows America has a gun crisis, which they say is also in part because some people misread how the Constitution should be interpreted.
This perverse view of the Second Amendment that it gives you an individual right to essentially shoot and kill elected officials, police officers, and military service members when an individual senses quote-unquote tyranny. That is a very dangerous and perverse idea that our founders rejected totally.
It's a relative. We didn't know it was up there. We just heard about
I want to tell you something. If it wasn't my relation, I'd tell you what I think.
Now, obviously, a lot of these cars are not going to be able to just stop on this busy highway and talk to us. But judging by their facial expressions as they drive by, they are taking notice of the billboard. They're all looking at it, mostly smiling and laughing. And it's pretty apparent that a lot of them are hoping that this ends sooner than later. The billboard cost about $1,300. And firing Kessler would force the borough to pay more than $100,000 to buy out his contract. When asked if the coalition would donate towards that, they said they would consider it. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Gilberton.